Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Jay here. This is a future editing. Jay, as you can see, our quality recording was lost, and just giving you a heads up. So let's get to the race.
Well, this might not be the season opener anymore, but it's no less an event. So welcome to Albert Park for the Australian Grand Prix. So here we are at Albert Park Circuit, 3.28 miles around, with the streets making for a bumpy surface with little undulation. There are 14 corners around the lake, with the best passing opportunities coming at turn 1 and turn 3. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Iceman, Sainz, Perez, Leclerc, Ocon, Tsunoda, Gasly, Joe, Stroll, Bottas, Liam Lawson, Albon, Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, Iwasa, Sargent, and Nick de Vries. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. Natalie Pinkham joins me once again in the commentary box. It's after the points finished last
So after a pretty good qualifying, P6 lining up on the grid, not bad. So let's see what we can do in the race, as it was a soaking wet qualifying and now a bone dry circuit. But let's go to the races. 4 lights, 5 red lights are on, and it is lights out, and away we go. It's a good start for me. It's a bad start for Fernando Alonso, and it's a bad start for Max Verstappen and George Russell. George Russell gets a really bad start as Lando Norris is immediately trying to challenge him. We get past Lando Norris, just keeping it at track limits. Now on the battle with George Russell as we go down into turn 3. Now George Russell's going to try and keep the inside line. I go for the outside line. We do get past George Russell. Is yellow flag behind us straight away as it's carnage on these opening few turns in terms of overtakes and bad starts in Australia, and that is to be expected as it is quite a narrow track, as it isn't the easiest for overtaking. But George Russell's going to try and prove me wrong there. He's going to try breeze right past me along with Lando Norris. We're going to try and get a run on George Russell, though, getting a slipstream off of him, pulling out, gonna go and try and go right round the outside of the fast chicane. We do go a wee bit wide there, as I pushed George Russell a wee bit too deep into the turn, but here he comes, just pushing me through the right-hander through the final part of the lap. But the yellow flag's already behind us, and it looks like somebody stopped on track already on lap 1. 2 yellow flag incidents, no safety car though, as we come round the final turn. We are in third place. Lewis Hamilton sets past his lap, but here comes George Russell. He's going to try round the outside. I'm going to try and keep it. We do keep third position off of George Russell, and he's going to try and redeem himself almost after the bad start he had at the start of the race, dropping down, I think it was 2 positions, 2 or 3 positions to Max Verstappen. Myself and Lando Norris has dropped back quite a lot. But as we go down into turn 1, the battle between George Russell and Sergio Perez, as we have a wee bit of a wobbly moment through turn 2 there. But on lap 7 of this race now, we've got the same glitch we had in Singapore last season. We go a wee bit wide there, and that's allowed Sergio Perez to go through. The glitch I was talking about is the track map is red, indicating that there might be a red flag. But we absolutely breeze past Sergio Perez with ERS, but he's going to try and fight back, as I'm pretty sure he's got DRS on me. We do keep in front of Sergio Perez, having a nice line through the chicane. But here he comes again with DRS. We're going to deploy a bit ERS. We're going to go from left to right, diving down the inside of the right-hander, getting past Sergio Perez. Can we maybe just try and catch up to Lewis Hamilton? He's pulled away quite a bit. I've had a poor couple of laps here in Australia, but Carlos Sainz get past me, so does George Russell. He's trying to get past as well. So we have a really bad line through that first right-hander, probably my least favourite turn on the track. We do get the arrest though off of Carlos Sainz. He's pulled away quite a bit though already in them few turns. George Russell's hanging in behind me. If we go through the first turn, as we have started to pull Carlos Sainz just a wee bit close, but we do go into the pits on lap 12 of this race, sorry, as we come into the pits now. Can we get a better stop than we did in Bahrain? And hopefully nothing wrong with the tyres. Nothing wrong with the tyres this time. 2.4 seconds, not a bad pit stop, but we do go down into 8th, 9th and now 10th as we go into turn 1. So hopefully we don't make the same mistake and overtake people that we don't need to overtake. But the safety car is out, and Arimo Awasa, one of our teammates at the start of season 1, has had a mechanical failure. And I wonder why it's the safety car as they crashed into someone. No, he's just stopped at the side of the track, and we've got a safety car in this race. That's going to be interesting, but returning to racing speed now as we cross the line. Do we make an overtake on Esteban Ocon? Yes, we do. Diving down the inside, going a wee bit wide there, too fast on the exit of turn 1. I'm going to be honest, I don't like turn 1. I really don't, because it's just a fast turn. And it's so hard to get your braking zones right. Like they're getting right on the throttles, really hard to judge from time to time. But on lap 18 of this 20 lap race, there is Lando Norris in front of us. Can we maybe go on a charge and get some positions as the car feels so alive through these final few laps? Purple sector 2 is, I feel, as one with the car as I was driving it. Obviously the car feels good, but the car just feels alive, like a rocket ship, as we're getting a good line through that right hander where I messed up and Carlos Sainz got past me. But again, the car just feels so alive through these to the fast moving streets of Australia. But we're going to dive down the inside of Sonoda from a long way back, getting past him up into P6 now as Lance Stroll is ahead of us. Can we maybe get 5th in this race? Maybe, just maybe. But there is Lance Stroll on the final lap of the race. Can this be a last lap overtake to take 5th position? And maybe it will come true. Maybe my prayers will be answered. But we're going to deploy DRS. We're going to go right round the outside, being wheel to wheel with Lance Stroll. Purple sector 1, green sector 1 and 2. But we do get past Lance Stroll. He's not going to be able to fight us back though, as we've got DRS. Maybe it's going to fight us back though as we go into the right hander, braking just right, going just that wee bit wide that you need to on that exit curb. But we are going to come across this left hander now. We're going to come around the final turn, and Max Verstappen wins the Australian Grand Prix. We're going to cross the line though in 5th position. Lance Stroll almost gets me on the line, but we're going to come across the line to finish 5th in the Australian GP here. Obviously in Australia was a good race. Maybe could have done better, but it's good enough for me. 5th position.
After a quality performance. Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, they are very much at one with the car, which is a cliche, but it's true. It's not an easy process, and that work is very much paying off.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
Fifth position for us, Valtteri Bottas finishes on the podium. That's an unexpected podium there. Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas, we keep 4th position in the championship. Mercedes keep the lead in the Constructors' Championship as Lewis Hamilton got on the podium. That helped their chances. Max Verstappen wins in the acclaim race, this race anyways. Hopefully we can maybe nudge ahead of him in the next race, but that is all to see. But I do hope you enjoyed this video, another high points paying position. But I will see you next time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in the streets of Baku. Make sure to like, subscribe, keeps me on YouTube's good books for the next week or so. It will help with YouTube algorithm stuff, but I will see you next time.